Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a 2025 Tundra SR5, and we're going to see what you get with the entry-level Tundra. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah for giving me some time with this Tundra. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 389 horsepower and then 479 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you can see it's raised there on either side, and even with the base Tundra, you still have pretty nice looking headlights. Don't have the fancy sequential signal, but still looks good. Tier D grille with this because this one has the Tier D off-road package, and you get fog lights. Still no tow hooks. Will Toyota ever put tow hooks on the new Tundra? Time will tell. Now around the side here, our steering wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver ring there. Notice how it's kind of darker on the center. Got this nice chunky fender flare, fixed side steps as well. You got the Tundra badge there on the side. SR5, it's actually blacked out, pretty cool looking. Tier D 4x4 off-road. And then you do have Bilstein shocks with this package. Then you got the new coil suspension. And then the side profile of the new Tundra, I think, is probably its best angle. You can see there. Pretty sharp looking, especially with those Tier D wheels. Now the key fob has quite a few features, lock, unlock, and tailgate drop down. that's the nice one for a more baseline truck. That pops down pretty darn fast. So we've got nice protection here from the factory. Not really a lot of amenities here in the bed, but it's got it. And then, yeah, it's not the automatic raise. You do have to lift that up yourself. We got the triple taillight design here in the back as well, which I think is pretty cool. Tundra stamped into the tailgate as well. And that's the rest of the rear. Now this actually leads us inside where we've got some nice soft touch trim here at the bottom. I like the door handle, pretty cool. Cloth seats with this one. You can get not cloth seats, but you have to go up to like a Tier D Sport usually. I think you can get actually the upgraded ones in the SR5. I can't remember. I've reviewed too many cars today already. Anyways, legroom back here is fuzzy. There we go. It's pretty good. Come on, Toyota. We need a storage pocket there too. Some cup holders. You can see there's extra storage and everything down below as well. And then headroom back here is pretty good. I was just in a previous gen Tundra and it actually felt like it had more headroom than this new one, which is odd. And then this leads us up front where we've got nice soft touch trim here at the top and down below. We've got all of our window controls here, mirror adjustments. Let's look at the mirrors. They do glass boundary. Payload capacity on this truck is 1380, so that's solid. And then cloth seats up front. They are power adjustable. And then it's interesting, more basic with the trim, but the vent looks pretty cool. Anyways, we've got our auto stop start here, heated steering wheel function, cargo light there, and then you do get fancy pedals with the Tier D off-road. And so taking a look at the steering wheel, perforated on either side, and generally speaking, just nice trim. We do have adaptive cruise control with this, as well as our lane departure function. You got this like fake stitching on the airbag cover. Volume, voice command controls for the center, and then you've got a turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock on the other side, and then mostly analog gauge cluster, which is kind of rare in today's world. It's a nice thing that Toyota still offers that for people that want it. But yeah, I mean, pretty quick response when you go through the different tabs, and you can see basically everything you'd want on the truck itself. Backup camera in reverse. Trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. And then as for, whoops. You guys will understand why that was so difficult in a moment. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it's pretty quick to respond. Shows you everything you want vehicle-wise, and it's cool that you can also see your fuel economy kind of history, so you can maybe change your driving, maybe. Anyways, we've got our climate zone down below, a single zone climate with this. Stability control, hazard lights, rear locking differential because it's Tier D. And then you can see with your auto hold and then your parking brake. Now a lot of Toyota dealers take the shifter heads off because people steal them, so that's why it was so hard to move it, because you have to push it down like this. But yes, it does come with a shifter head for those of you that are wondering. Trailer brake controls as well. And then just a traditional 2-speed transfer case, 2-wheel drive, no 4-wheel auto. Drive mode select, we also have multi-terrain select, which is your off-road drive modes. Crawl control, which is off-road cruise control, tow haul mode. And a little window. Nice trim here on the top. And then you do get a little bit of storage above the glove box. You also have more in the glove box. And then rear view mirror, pretty normal, got a manual dimmer on it. And then the whole window in the back does go down, which is another nice feature. So here's the window sticker on this particular Tundra. You can see all the standard equipment that this one comes with, which is quite a bit. And this one also has quite a few options. So if you don't have any options, you're $51,000. The Tier D off-road package, you know, $2,100, which is funny because the Tier D off-road package on the Limited is like $4,000. So funny. But yeah, you've got a few options. Total MSRP is $58,680. So sub $60,000 for a truck with, you know, quite a bit of equipment, if you ask me. Let's see how it performs. Well, I think this is so funny. Gotta push in a little pinpoint. Imagine trying to drive a manual transmission and it was like this. I mean, obviously you don't have to push something in, you know, usually with just reverse and manuals, but still, it'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I've noticed there's been a lot more dealership theft. I mean, this is completely unrelated, but I'll quickly go over it. I've just noticed there's a lot more dealership theft. Like with Toyota dealers, they'll steal Tier D shifter heads. They'll steal headrests that say Tier D on them as well, because people will pay for them. They don't care where it comes from, so long as they get it and get it for a good price. So it's kind of interesting. Like, you know, one of the local Jeep dealerships, they had all of the Wranglers, the back spare tires, they were all stolen. So yeah, just shows the world's in a really good place right now. It's definitely a wonderful place. So gonna be a little bit of a shorter drive because we've got like no gas, zero gas, which typical setup at a dealership. The only dealers that at least seem to fill up are Subaru dealers, where all their cars will be full of gas. But I will say, let's turn this off. I like how the new Tundra drives. I just drove a 5.7 Tundra before this, and then the 5.7's smooth, the V8. This is excuse me, really smooth with the 3.4. It's got great torque, so I think that's pretty impressive. Yeah, just really smooth power band, tons of low end torque. And that's one of the big differences, like with this and the old Tundra. In the old Tundra, you don't have to like mash the throttle, but you got to get into it a little bit more to get the truck excuse me, up and moving. Whereas this, like you said, you still got to get into it, just not nearly as much. Not nearly as much. And yeah, I mean, it's a smooth drive. I should turn it in there. It's okay. Smooth drive in general. I think the suspension handles well. We'll do this one. Sorry, I just don't want to go too far because I don't want to run out of gas. This should go down there. Man, what's the point of having all these empty parking lots? This is what? So it's Monday, and it's, what time is it? I don't know if this clock is set up right. I think it's like just after 11. Yeah, this clock's not set up right. It's just after 11 on Monday, and so like this is a work day, right? So you'd expect to see a lot of people, whoever's working here, but this parking lot's empty. Weird. Kind of pointless. So overall, I mean, I think this package is nice. I think that the new Tundra drives well, right? I think it drives a little better than the old one. It doesn't feel quite as tank-like as the old one. And, well, reliability. The new Tundra pleads the fifth when it comes to reliability. We'll just leave it at that. So we'll see if Toyota's able to, I'm sure they will be able to figure out all their current vehicle hardships, I guess the way that we'll put it. But either way, let me know what you guys think about the entry-level Tundra. Do you think this is a good value? Putting aside the drama, just with what this truck offers, right? Twin turbo V6 with how much power it has, the towing, you know, capability, the payload that this has, the features that it has. Is this a good value, or you know, do you think it's not? I think that, you know, when you compare it to the pricing in the new Tacoma, it's not terrible. Because I mean, Tier D off-road Tacoma, depending on how many options you add, I mean, you're like 52 grand for like a similar truck to this. So it's like 58, so 6 grand more, and you get the full size. I think that's a pretty appealing value. So let me know what you guys think about the SR5 Tundra.